Welcome to another episode, Hope at the End of the Tunnel, where we bring you real stories, real moms like that deal with things on a daily basis. Basically, bringing you hope to let you know there is hope at the end of the tunnel. I am Joy, and I have my wonderful, amazing, beautiful co host, Juanita, and she's going to introduce our special guest for tonight. I'm so excited.
Yes, and listen, I'm really excited to have on with us Cyteese Alexander, my sister, y'all. So let me tell you, and we're gonna let her do her own introduction, right? We always let our moms do that, but I just want to give her a shout out for showing up.
Yes,
Anyhow,
yes.
she graced our cover for the fall 2025 Moments for Moms
And
magazine.
did.
Yes, and her beautiful face, right? It matches her beautiful spirit. And I just want to big you up for a second, right? Because I think that we need to do more of that. So I do appreciate you. I appreciate your yes. I appreciate you sharing a little bit about your story with us. And tonight we're going to learn even more. So I'm going to pass it to you if you can tell us just a little bit about yourself that you want the people to know. Not too much. We don't want to give everything away because we're going to get into some questions, okay?
Hey, sure, absolutely. Hey, everyone. My name is Cyteese Alexander. As they have mentioned, I am a wife. I am a mother of four. I am a growing, inspiring entrepreneur. I am a four times author. Of course, as Juanita said, I graced the cover, which was an honor of the magazine, my first time ever. So I'm super proud about that. And that's just a little bit about me because unfortunately, everyone, I didn't read the questions, so I don't know what they're going to be asking. But hey, I just stop right there for now.
Yes, I love it. Like that magazine is everything. Okay. So you look really beautiful on it too, by
Oh,
the way.
thank you. Thank
All
you.
right, let's dive into it. So we're just gonna do a little icebreaker, get you to warm up a little bit. What's a simple joy or guilty pleasure that helps you recharge as a mom?
Okay. I have a very bad sweet tooth. So I supposed to have a dentist appointment tomorrow. So I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna just go ahead and tell her, I know I got some cavities a little bit right now. Cause I really, I don't know. It's just and it's at night, like late nights is where my guilty pleasure comes the most. And I have no idea. That's just my guilty pleasure.
Is it
I see.
chocolate?
It is.
I love chocolate too. That
Yeah.
chocolate turtle cheesecake sounds good right now. Okay.
Yes.
I understand. Mine is the Italian tea ice cream, and I hide it in my freezer so nobody else touches it. So when I want it, it's there. So
Yes.
I get it.
Yes.
Love that. All right, so let's get into some things. Let's learn a little bit more about you. So if you can, before we like really get into the Q&A, tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, do you have kids? What is your everyday life like for you?
So I'm originally from a little town called Oxford, North Carolina. Born and raised. I did come up here when I was 13 years old to Raleigh, North Carolina, where I currently reside, with my mom. But yeah, I'm just a little country girl, trying to live big dreams and trying to break these generational curses out here.
And you will. How old are the kids? You said you had four?
Yes, so I have a 19-year-old. She graduated in 2024. My twins, they're 18. They graduated this year, and then I have an 8-year-old. So the last little munchkin of the bunch.
Love it. Love
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So can you share a little bit about your journey, right? So in the magazine, you talk about healing. So what brought you to your healing journey?
What brought me to my healing journey again, I will go back a little bit, and it has been like me being the person that I know is the curse breaker in my family. I know 100% that I am someone that God handpicked and chosen to be that one for my family, to break those things. And of course, as you are that generational curse breaker, of course, you have to do a lot of self reflection. You have to do a lot of self healing within yourself. And so that's what brought me to my healing journey. When I started really digging and diving in, actually, the importance of what is really being a curse breaker, generational curse breaker looks like. A lot of people, it's really not as easy as a lot of people think. And it goes deep, deeper than what a lot of people will want to admit or may think. So yeah, that's what brought me on my healing journey.
Wow. I like that, especially being able to acknowledge it,
Mhm.
and just really saying, "Hey, I want to be a generational curse breaker. Like it has to stop with me." It's kind of like demanding it and speaking the thing and commanding it over your life. I love that. So you did mention that you was a four-time author, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about
Eight,
your
4,
book.
5.
Let's talk about that real quick before we ask some questions because I would just want to know. I know the viewers are wanting to know.
Yeah, so I think it's like 4 or 5. I
Okay,
can't remember,
I
but
love
I
it.
do know like my very first book was one with other women that I don't talk about a lot, and that book was called Win from the Beginning. The
Mm.
title alone says enough. So Win from the Beginning, and then of course I did Mine by Myself, which I Forgive Me, and then I think I'm in two Mamas for Moms. Mine was 1 and 2, so that's 4. And then, am I also in? No,
Waiting.
the Faith While Waiting. I am in that. So 5. Yeah, so it's 5.
Yes. Okay. And you in this magazine?
Oh, in the
Front cover.
magazine. Yeah, yeah, that one too.
All right. I just had to, put that in there. So, what was the darkest moment for you as a mom, and what did it feel like to be in that space?
Mm. Wow. Whew. One of the darkest moments for me as a mom was being a teenage mom. At 18. So that was one of my darkest moments because, of course, I'm trying to figure it out. I am still young myself. I'm still trying to grow up myself. And of course, I'm unhealed.
Mm.
So that has been parts of the darkest moments of me being a teenage mom of 3 under 2, a mom of 3 under 2, and I'm only 19. Um, yeah. And I didn't know myself. And then trying to figure out who I am. So yeah, that was one of the darkest moments of my life, was being that teenage mom.
So I know some of our listeners, they may have experienced that too, right? And we don't have to go too deep, but I just want us to try to dig into that just a little bit to give someone that hope. So when you were a mom of 3, right? 3 at
Mhm.
19, you had your first child at 18?
I had my first, I was 18 going on 19. So I was 18 when I had her.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So
then
what was it
19.
like for you in that season of being a mom, trying to figure out who you are, but also raising other kids? You have to figure them out too.
Yeah, so being in that space, I don't really think I had the opportunity to really um what's the word I'm looking for, to sit with myself, should I say, because I'm a new mom. I am trying to figure it out. My mind is always on the go. I'm trying to learn, as you said, my kids. I'm trying to figure everything out. And then on top of that, my boys, when they was born, they was my one of my sons was in and out the hospital for a year. So I'm trying to figure all that out. He's coming home with oxygen tanks. I'm on the bus, with my son with an oxygen chain. He can't breathe, and trying to take him to doctor's appointments and all that stuff. But at the same time, even though I am still trying to figure it out, and trying to learn them and maneuver. I always had that mindset of no matter what, I have to get up and do it. I have to do what I got to do for my kids. In spite of what it may look like, I had to go. So my mom was always trying to figure it out. So I myself was put down. And I'm just trying to figure it out as being a mom, a young mom on top of that.
So I'm getting emotional. I don't even know why. Like I'm getting really emotional right now. I was 15 when I had my first child, so I was a teen mom. I
Mhm.
could you are literally giving me hope right now. Even though I've been through my situation. So you're giving me hope for other teen moms that's watching this.
Mhm.
It's so deep because here you are 19 with how many?
I had 3 kids. Well, I didn't have all 3 of my kids at home at one time because after I had my daughter, my twin boys was born prematurely. So they
Okay.
was born in the same year. So my daughter was born in January, my boys was born in November. And I was only 28 weeks.
Wow.
So trying to maneuver through that, leaving them in the hospital while I'm going trying to take care of, she wasn't even 1 yet, and trying to maneuver, trying to go back and forth to the hospital to see them. And then one of my sons came home in January, one of my others stayed in and out of the hospital from Chapel Hill. So yeah, it's just, so that's why I said when I said my mind was always on
Right.
go. Trying to
Look
maneuver through
at you
all that.
now.
Yeah.
Look at you now. Look at the things that you've accomplished. I gotta see. I didn't really know your story. Like you were a teen mom. Not saying that matter or anything, but I had a whole new, different kind of feel. You're such a genuine, soft soul right now. Just listening to you, and oh my gosh, like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, honey. Like,
No, that's
let,
good.
yeah,
I know our last couple of episodes have been like
very,
so emotional. It's putting us in our feels. So we appreciate the transparency though,
yes.
because other people watching it, you never know who's going through the same thing that you have come out of, or maybe even going through right now, right? You may be giving somebody the hope that they can make it through or go through it, right?
Yeah.
So when we talk about your healing, so when did you first realize that you needed to start healing? Because I know you said your mind was always on go. You've been a mom, right? I say we grew up with our kids. You've been a mom for a very long time.
Yes.
So when did you realize you needed healing for you specifically?
Whew. Will y'all believe me if I said it's just been the last year? Like it has really been like the last like year that I'm not gonna say well let me just say this. It's been the last year when I started taking it serious.
Yeah.
So of course, we can see little traits in us like, okay, I need this, but I just didn't know how to begin or where to start. So I just really started reflecting on myself. I started praying and like, God, just show me me. Like, and then the transition, and even within my marriage, I had to even take a step back and say, okay, God, if I want you to move, even in this, even I know the promises that you already told me, I have to take a step back and get out of the way. So instead, what that looks like to me is I had to start just looking at Cyteese. Like I took my eyes off my husband. I took my eyes off everything else. When situation may arrive, I stopped giving energy to it. I just started looking at me, like really working on me because I'm like, I still need I still need healing too. And in order for me to move past this, see, the old person and the new person, they can't coexist together. So if I'm asking God for something new, I have to get rid of something. And so the old me has to go, it has to die. In order for the new to live. So yeah.
How old are you, if you don't mind sharing?
I'm 38.
I only asked because I'm 38 as well.
Mhm.
And it was for me, I started my healing. And and again, this is totally for someone that is watching this that need that hope at the end of the tunnel. Because
Right.
as people, as women, we measure our lives up to other people. Social media has people thinking that if by a certain age they're supposed to do this, and a certain age they're supposed to be this and that. So I asked you that because it was 35 for me.
Mm.
Like, I knew that I had to heal, and I was working on my healing journey after I divorced, 23 divorced with 3 kids. And it was like,
Mhm.
okay, God, you're gonna have to do something. I'm tired of that. But
Right.
when I really, really, really started working on joy, and you couldn't tell me nothing, it was
Nothing.
35. Like, you can't take this from me. I don't know. It
Mm-mm.
was something about that. So it makes sense. I was
Mhm.
just curious. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Around that time.
So, yeah. Okay.
Oh, you going to the next question, Joy?
I'm sorry. I am really into this. I am just like into
You
this.
know,
I don't even
don't worry
have my
about the
questions
blank
on me.
spaces. We edit.
I ain't worried about that
Yeah,
either.
I'm sorry. I'm just like, I'm so into it. I ain't even got my questions up. But okay, here we go. So, what steps did you take that helped you? Okay, ready. What steps did you take to help you move forward?
Um, outside of first recognizing that I need the healing, right? Because you have to first recognize it. Like, we always point blame. So I point at you, but guess what? It's three fingers pointing back at me. So first we have to recognize it, right? And that's what I did. I took ownership, I took accountability. And then I started moving towards the steps of prayer. Of course, that's the ultimate because, when you're praying and you're in the face of God and you're actually giving God your yes, and you're going to him saying, God, okay, I need you to show me. I need you to, take the out with the old and replace it, because anytime I pray and anytime I ask God to remove something that's not like him, I'm always asking him to replace it with something. The things that will help me in my next journey or whatever else that I need to do. So it's been prayer, accountability, and healing also can look like sometimes you have to uproot some things.
Mhm.
Because whether people understand it or not, healing, it's so many departments to healing that it's just not it's just not a flat, because it's different layers that people don't understand. Because some things, it's a generational thing that goes down the bloodline. So even in that, I had to have some tough conversations with people. With my dad, had a conversation with my dad, um and just to get past some of that little girl that need to be healed. So yeah, I've been taking those type steps, having conversations with people, and just basically putting in the work, and just basically doing the work. Literally sitting with my emotions, sitting with myself, feeling it all. That the good, the bad, the ugly, between the difference, whatever the case may be, I had to sit with it. Now, whatever that may look like, ugly, yeah. But yeah, I had to sit with it.
You said something that is so big for me, right? Accountability, right?
Mhm.
Because it's so easy to look at what other people are doing, our kids,
Mhm.
spouse, job, the world, things that are totally out of our control. But true healing, it does come when you self-reflect. So
Mhm.
that's been something that's always been like pivotal for me. I really have been able to heal because I'm so big on like self accountability,
Yes.
such a major thing, right? Because
Yeah.
no one can make me stop and no one can make me keep going.
Mhm.
It's all on me, right? So
Right.
think about those moments where we maybe want to give up in the
Mhm.
healing process, or maybe even want to throw in the towel when it comes to raising children, marriages, things like that. So what helps you to cope as a mom in those moments?
as a mom? Say the question one more time so I can make sure I understand it.
Yeah, so what helps you to cope in moments where you feel like giving up?
Oh, some coffee for one, maybe two or three. Um, everybody, when people always go, oh God, everybody always talk about prayer, and it is what it is. It's prayer. You cannot live without prayer. You can't live without him. You have, like, whether, I'm not saying you all the time gotta be on your knees or making it seem like it's, oh, thou shalt, all this type, make it like that. You don't have to be like that. Driving down the road. Sometimes in my moments of when I feel like, okay, I have overcome this part, I have road rage sometimes. I'm like, I thought I got over that. Gee, okay, he's like, okay, no, you ain't there yet. You need to go back. Got a little bit more tweak to do. And even just in my moments of quiet time, I talk to him. Sometimes, like the other day, I literally had a moment where I was yelling at him. I was like, God, I'm so mad. Like I literally gave him quote unquote business per se. But then after that, I was like, okay, Lord, I'm sorry. Like I got scared a little bit. Like I ain't meant to talk to you like that. But that's the real that he wants. You know what I'm saying? He wants, and that's what I pivot to in those moments is just prayer, talking to God, my coffee, and sometimes I'm even getting the moments of just having a moment to myself. I don't even care if just 5 minutes. I'm learning, even in my healing, even sometimes I just sit in the car for 5 minutes. I just sit there before I walk in the house. Because I deserve that now. At one point, I wasn't even giving myself that. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, besides praying, were there any other small practices that made a big difference in your healing? And I didn't mean to say like besides praying, like I'm making it,
Know what you
not a
mean?
big deal, but yeah.
Yeah. Other moments for me, I'm gonna say, I do like journaling.
Mhm.
I do journaling. I write letters. Because sometimes certain conversations in the moment it can't be had because of the person. So I just have to write a letter. Just to get it out. So journaling has also been a big part of my life. I learned how to write things out now instead of holding it in. If I can't get or talk to it in that moment, I just journal it.
Journaling is big for me. I'm all about journaling. Like, and
Yeah.
especially putting a date to it. Do you make sure you date it so you
I
can
do
go back
date
and be
it.
like, Lord, look where you look, there
Yeah,
was
I
some right
date
there
it.
in the middle tunnel.
Yeah, I date it too. So I make sure I date it.
Yes.
I love that. So
Mhm.
what have you learned about yourself in this season, right? What have you learned about you and your strength as you're going through this journey?
I really learned that I am really an amazing person. Like I say that to myself now. Like I talk to myself more now because I'm like, God is really teaching me um the hand claps and all that. Even in the silence, you have to
Mm.
still be able to encourage yourself. Even in the silence, you still have to be able to, like, you are still that person. Um and I also really had a conversation with my oldest daughter. And this is big. Not too long ago, we went out to eat, and I actually told her, I was like, your mom raised you and your brothers from an unhealed place. So you was raised by an unhealed mom. Um, and I told her that I apologized to her. Um, because I was like, y'all deserve that. Because a lot of things, I never been a mom that cuss out my kids or cuss at my kids or any. I never been that mom to do that. It irks me. I go in the grocery stores, these penny eat out is it just irks me. But that's your child. But for me, I just never been a mom to do that. Because I know how it feels. So I never been that mom to try to talk down to my kids, but I also know in my on my healing side of things, I even told her, I was like, your younger sister's really getting y'all are too, but she's grown up with a healed version compared to how you all was being raised. But I apologize to her. I take accountability for that part, and that's the part of my healing too, honestly. Um, so yeah, that has been a part of my healing. It's going back, showing my kids like your mom did not have it all together, but your mom also knows when to come back and make it right. So
Love that.
Wow.
yeah.
That's big for you to even do that. I'm big at apologizing when I'm wrong as a parent, and a lot of us we don't do that. And you just told me something that I think I need to do off camera. So we'll talk about that. But so how did your daughter react to that? I'm just curious, like, did she understand what you were saying? Um,
She did.
yeah.
She actually agreed. And I
Wow.
knew that I knew I was feeling in that moment had to be said because she agreed. She was like, "Yeah, you know, you're right. I have some other things coming out soon, which I'm gonna have my kids. I deal with a lot of healing a lot, but this right here that's coming out is gonna be so it's just gonna be so amazing. So yeah,
I love it.
yeah.
So basically, we need to stay tuned for something big that's coming out. Yeah.
Eventually, yeah, yeah,
I love it.
yeah,
So, is
yeah.
there one
But she
thing?
understood, and
Is there one thing that you
what you
wish
say?
you had known at the beginning of your healing journey?
Um, I wish I would have known how to maneuver and identify my
Mm,
emotions,
that's good.
like knowing how to where to put them in the space in that place. So that is one thing I wish I had the tools to do. The beginning stages of my healing is to have the tools there because I was going in, I don't know what I'm doing, so I just pivot every day and I just learned along the way and I just, okay, this is not working. Okay, so this is not working. What can you do in the place of this? Because you're not giving up. I gotta keep this ball rolling. So yeah, I wish I would have had the tools um to start or to go forward with it. That's what I wish.
Wow. So, what would you tell a mom right now that is beginning her healing journey? Like, what would you suggest?
What I would tell mom that may be starting their healing journey or want to start and don't know how to start,
Yes.
the first thing I would do is just, first of all, being a mom, being a woman, period. It goes back to first you have to be like, okay, I need this. Like you have to first admit it. Like I need healing. I want to, I need this. You have to be able to know that even in moments of you starting, you have to understand it's not going to be easy. I don't want anybody going into this healing journey as like just to basically because it's popular, because a lot of people are quote unquote on the healing journey, or
And
just
they
to say,
really
"Oh, I'm healing," or "I'm healing." It's not. And I will also say, on your healing journey, if God pivots you or tell you you may have to go back and look at something that you may have to dig up to face, you're going to have to face it. Like in order to move forward, to deal with it, some things you're going to have to face. And people say, well, don't look back, go. Sometimes you have to, because in order to find out where the issue that may lies within us, or why we may act a certain way, or why we may do this thing, sometimes we have to look back. Because unfortunately, it didn't start. I'm gonna guarantee you it did not start with you. It started from someone back there. So don't be afraid sometimes to look back, especially if you're looking back, it's going to pivot you to move forward.
Yes. When I say that was a word. That was
Oh.
definitely a word right there.
Mhm.
So when we think about healing, right, I really do envision us being in a in a tunnel,
Mm-hmm.
searching
Yeah.
for that light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes healing can feel dark, sometimes it can feel lonely, sometimes it can feel like there is no end to the waiting
Mhm.
season, like nothing is going to happen. So when you hear the words hope at the end of the tunnel, what does it mean to you in this season of your life?
Hope at it. This season that I'm getting ready to walk into, oh my God, hope at the end of the tunnel. I see so much clearer now. And even in our darkest moments, sometimes and I've learned this being in my dark seasons, right? When we always say, the light at the end of the tunnel, but sometimes the light is right there in the tunnel with you.
What you say, girl? You better
Come
preach.
on.
Sometimes the light is right there but we're so focused looking at the end,
Yeah.
but we miss that the light is right there with us.
Yes.
The light, Jesus himself, the Holy Spirit is right in the tunnel with us. He's right there. Either he's gonna, yeah, he's right there. The light, and I had to learn that, because even in my healing stages and my healing seasons, sometimes I always go back to that woe is me. I'm just playing, this like, God, I'm so tired of crying. I'm so tired. We play that woe is me. And where are you, God? Where are, and then I had to train my mind to think like God has never left you. Like he's always there with you. Like he would never leave you. His word says, I would never leave you nor forsake you. He said, I will always be there, even to the ends of the world. If you make your bed in hell, I will be there. So he's always there. So hope at the end of the tunnel, it looks amazing.
Yes. Oof. And I want to just share, and then I'm not gonna say nothing else, Joy. I want to share. So Matthew 5:14, it reminds us that we are the light of the world.
Mhm.
So even when we're going through those dark seasons, when we stay in Him,
Mhm.
it's never really. Oof, this is good, y'all.
Yeah, you're giving a lot of great nuggets. Like, I hope that when the viewers watch this, that first of all, they do get the hope at the end of the tunnel that they need. But they need to realize, I hope that they realize that everybody's journey looks different,
Mhm.
but at the same time, be prepared. Know how to maneuver with emotions. Be prepared
Mhm.
for the emotions. And if you need to apologize to your kids, it's okay to apologize. You're not a weak parent if you
Mhm.
apologize. And I think the kids need it, you
Mhm.
know, because at a teenage, I was 15, Juanita was 17, you was 19. We knew what we were doing, let's be honest, but did we really think we was gonna get pregnant? So at
Mhm.
that point, it is okay to apologize. Hey, I really like how you said that though. I give you like I applaud you for that
Yeah.
because I think kids will appreciate you more for even
Mhm.
acknowledging because it's not only was it hard for you, but on the kids as well. I don't. I might start crying. I've been over here trying to fight tears and all the things. So
Yes.
keep being you.
Yes, exactly what I was gonna
Keep
say.
being you. Don't let nobody dim your light. No matter
Mhm.
what you may be going through, if you even going through anything, just know that this is my thing. If I got through it, you can too. And whoever is watching, whatever you may be going through, if you are a teen mom, it's okay. You see all these teen moms on here. Look at us. You don't have to be like us, but look at us. Let us be the hope
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
say, you know what? They're authors. But
Mhm.
not only that, we have gotten through some things and you can too.
Yeah. And I think it's a reminder, right? It's a reminder even for us, the three of us sitting here, that we
Yeah.
did get through some things before, right? So
Yes.
sometimes you gotta look back so you can see what God brought you through before, because it's a reminder that He's going to bring you through whatever it is that we're going through. I know everybody's got their own stuff going on. He's gonna bring us through it again. He's done it before. We are evidence
Right.
that He is a promise keeper. So I just want to share.
Yeah.
I wanted to share that because I'm going through my own thing. So I know, the season feels heavy for so many people, but just remember that, like, we have
Mhm.
evidence of what He has carried us through before, and just sit with that.
Mhm.
That is like the light that carries us through those dark seasons, the dark tunnels. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yes.
Yes.
This has been
Agree.
great. Please make sure you go and follow Cyteese on social media. DM her so you can order copies of her books, or you can head to Amazon as well, because she didn't mention that, but I'm going to make sure that I do. We want you to go and support the work that she is doing, and make sure that when you watch this episode that you share a takeaway. Listen, I got to give a shout out to our YouTube family, because they are engaging in the comments on the videos. Y'all are sharing, so we appreciate it. You are helping hope at the end of the tunnel to reach the people that it needs to reach. So make sure that you take some takeaway, like, subscribe, share, and stay tuned for some more great episodes. We're here to remind you that there is that hope at the end of the tunnel. Until next time, y'all take care.